Are we here?
Go.
Yes!
Guys,
Awesome.
thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Hi.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody enjoying the Furality? I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic time. Hello, everybody. Hi, Furality Somna. Hello, everybody here. Thank you so much for letting us host this wonderful panel. I am so gosh darn thankful. I cannot believe that we're here today to host the very first ASMR panel in the furry world of the history. It is so gosh darn of the excited. Thank you so much for letting us be here. My name is the gosh darn of the Mansters. Hi, Beans. You know me by Furry ASMR, or maybe the little guy as the Mansters. You probably have seen me on the land of the YouTubes, on the land of the internet, of the Instagrams, of the Twitters. You probably have seen me in lots of places, but you might have seen me on Pinterest as well. And this is the one and only...
Hi, I'm FoxyFurSure, your fluffy furry female fennec fox. I do ASMR normally on Sundays on Twitch at 9 p.m. And I also do Chaos ASMR, which is quite fun. Check out both of our channels. We're going to be doing a panel for you on ASMR, furry ASMR today.
And it's going to be absolutely wonderful. I am so ready. Are you ready?
Yes, are you ready?
Yes, I can't wait to get into the beautiful juice that ASMR is. It's kind of like a beautiful lemon that's ready to be squeezed, to be turned into the most beautiful juice in the whole entire world. I don't know if anybody here has had lemonade. I had it think once, but it was one of the best lemonades ever. And that's what ASMR is juice that is so gosh darn wonderful that one can cherish for the rest of their gosh darn all their life. And that's kind of what ASMR is. ASMR, furry ASMR in a nutshell, to be specific. So let's get right into the meats and the juice, the little sandwich that's ready to be cooked, the little ingredients to make the wonderfulness that ASMR truly is. So let's take a look-see over here. Hold on, let me change my little panel slide over here. But one of the most important things to know about ASMR, what does it stand for? Because listen, ASMR is a beautiful word, but where does it come from? It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Gosh darn of the Response, which is a beautiful sensation that you feel on top of your head, and it makes you feel so nice and relaxed. And sometimes it goes all the way to the bottom of your body, to the tippy taps of your little paws, your hand paws, your feet paws, your little spine, and it feels so gosh darn good. That's what makes ASMR so special. It makes you feel so nice, relaxed, so calm, and it's so just honestly just wonderful through and through. And it's something that not everyone can experience, but the majority of people experience ASMR, which is so beautiful. Do you experience ASMR, Foxy?
Oh, heck yeah, and Phantom Sense, but we'll get to that in a few. Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm so excited about that because you are very knowledgeable when it comes to the Phantom of the Sense. The Phantom Sense is like so beautiful. I'm so excited to like talk all about it. It is such a wonderful sensation. But first and foremost, let's get a little bit more about the ASMR and like how did we start getting into ASMR? Why did we enjoy doing what we do? How do we create what we create? And just like all the things ASMR. So I've first encountered ASMR long ago, a decade, bajillion years ago, the years that I cannot really count because I am really bad at math. I cannot really do 1 + 1. I don't even know what that is personally. If anybody else knows the answer, that'd be appreciated. But honestly, it was so long ago, and I am so thankful to have stumbled upon ASMR. At first, I was like, what the heck is ASMR? What is this like really wonderful creation that is being made into this wonderful world? But then after like a few months, I really like pushed myself to actually watch the content, and I really fully enjoyed the wonderfulness that ASMR is. And fast forward to 2017, 2018, when I joined the little land of the beautifulness that the furry fandom is, I decided in 2020 that it would be so gosh darn wonderful to start an ASMR channel calling it Furry ASMR, not to be confused with like Furry ASMR, the genre. How did you like get into like ASMR? When was your first time experience?
I remember when I was extremely tired from having so many jobs because, as we all know, life puts a lot of pressure on us. But it's very nice to be able to focus on something, to relax, to unwind, to de-stress, to get that restorative sleep. So essentially, when I searched for furry ASMR, I was looking for that close comfort, like a mother's touch, or when you hug a teddy bear, something very blissful and very personal to me. And I stumbled upon furry ASMR on YouTube, and since then, I've always wanted to create to give back to those wonderful creators who have inspired me, such as you. Thank you.
Shush, you're the one that inspires me all the gosh darn time with all the wonderful things that you create. Oh my goodness, genuinely, I highly recommend checking out all the wonderful things that Foxy makes. She makes props, she makes custom ASMR. She does so much wonderful work in the furry ASMR space. And genuinely, when it comes into pioneering the actual like format of furry ASMR, she is a trailblazer. So to be here is like with her is such an honor. And most importantly, to be here at Furality Somna to present furry ASMR and to give a spotlight to something so beautiful and something that isn't it's very well known, but isn't as talked about as it should be. Because it's usually like swept under a rug sometimes, it feels like. But
we're niche,
giving us the opportunity. That's exactly, honestly, right? No, you're right. No, it's like a nice little secret that we cherish. And now we're telling you the secret now. The secret is out of the bag. It's no longer a secret no more. But that's what really makes it special is that there's so much wonderfulness in ASMR in the way it can be used. There's so many benefits. There's science behind it. There's so much that ASMR does for an individual that is so beautiful to be able to create content in the ASMR space that I am so thankful to be able to do. That connection that you have with people, the ability to help individuals, to give comfort to those that need it, is truly such a wonderful experience that I am so gosh darn thankful for. And it's something I never take for granted. Like ever since I started back in 2021, 2020, which is I think the same time frame you started.
Yeah, you only started a couple months before me, but you're amazing, man. Thank you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
At the same time, you're amazing. Oh my goodness, I can't. You're so cute. Oh my goodness. But it's like such an honor to just like have that experience and like cherish it with wonderful creators like Foxy and just be able to foster communities of just like so much wonderfulness and so much wonder. I don't know how to, I'm bad at English, but it's just wonderful through and through. I'm from Italy, by the way, but anyways. But it truly is such an honor to be able to make.
Chat, please.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna blush. I'm gonna get flustered. Oh my god, I'm gonna run away. My wig is snatched.
No, come back. You have to tell us about your very first ASMR experience when you were creating it. Come on.
You are so right about that. Oh my goodness, this was like in 2020, 2021. My first video was very like compared to like making your first video to where both of us are now. It's truly like such a crazy heckin' thing. My first video when I made it was just like very like cheesy. I used my little like I think it was an NT microphone of some sort, and I was like trying to have like a deep voice to sound more masculine. And I had like myself just like as a gift, just spinning around or something on the floor, looking at a lake, and it was just so because I was basically like starting, and I was like trying something out for the very first time because like I've watched content for so long, and I wanted to partake and basically give thank you to like all the creators in the ASMR space. Because honestly, when I started, I didn't know that there were furry ASMR creators at the time. But then as I started to make more content, I discovered Foxy and so many other wonderful creators in the space themselves too that make amazing, amazing, wonderful content. But as I started, it was a little bit scuffed. But I think that's what's so beautiful is a learning experience when you make content in any category. And what's important is that you start, because if it's genuine. And if you don't start, you'll never know. So if anybody's ever interested to make content, regardless if it's streaming or making videos or making shorts, whatever it is, no matter what you're trying to do, if it's ASMR or any type of content, just start, because if you never try, you'll never know. And that's the most important thing about anything at all in life. You gotta start somewhere, even if it's bad, even if it's a gosh darn of the scuffed, you gotta try to do something. And listen, it's step by step, you'll get to wherever you want to do. And that's kind of with ASMR. I feel like I'm so happy to have gotten where I am now. I don't know about you, because like you've been doing it for such a long time yourself. So like, how would you describe your journey in ASMR?
Oh my goodness gracious. I guess it would, honestly, everything is summed up by how I first started, much like you. You have to start. When I first started this, I wanted to, I took inspiration by all of the ASMR artists and the furry ASMR artists that basically inspired me, and I wanted to give back to the community for helping me sleep, for getting that restful relaxation, for being able to zone out when I had 3 jobs. It was insane. So in order order to do that, I figured I might as well give back by starting. But the journey to actually starting is so much harder than most people know. Actually, if you've been in content creation, you might know, because before I started ASMR, and why it took me so long, is I made the world assets. I created worlds. I made a 3DO and then a Yeti and then one of those binaural heads. And I wanted so badly for mine to be top tier, highest quality. I remember taking my breaths out of the editing software which I used, which was Audacity, and just cutting it and doing two different cuts where I would do the audio and then I would match it to the virtual visuals. But when it all came down to it, the hardest part of all of this was starting. And when you start, it's so rewarding. You give back to the people who helped you. You add more for your community. You're able to, on a deep level, make sure that people have that personal touch, that wonderful sensation, those tingles which I felt every night before going to sleep, that wonderful, it's niche, but it's so worth it. Being able to reach out through your computer screen and give someone phantom touch, it's what I believe furry ASMR is all about. That close, personal attention that allows people to unwind and relax when we have such a stressful day. So if you're gonna ever try this content, pretty please just start, because quantity makes quality. You will learn over time. But most importantly, furry ASMR is so worth it to me. Continue doing, because I believe, like you said, it helps build communities. It helps people. It gives you that restorative, relaxing sensation. And it's like no other, because in VR chat, we have all these virtual visuals, which we can use to enhance our ASMR. And not to say that regular ASMR isn't good, but oh man, it's so nice to be able to kind of be a character and reach on the screen and really make you feel special. Like all those ASMR artists so long ago allowed me to feel special and allowed me to relax. But where were we on this one? I think we're on our next slide, aren't we?
Oh my god, I was just kind of like, oh, that is so cute. And I agree entirely with you, because there is like ASMR. Well, honestly, very quickly, there is a lot of science that's being done towards it, and there's a lot of science backing us up onto what we're doing. ASMR isn't just one of those like silly gosh darn things that, like, you know, you look at and it's just kind of like, oh, what? It's a lot more. There's like so much wonderfulness just there waiting for you to explore. And of course, not everyone can experience ASMR, because unfortunately the science says that. But there is, the majority of people are able to experience a wonderful sensation that ASMR, as you were explaining, that wonderful comfort that you can feel, you know, if you're ever feeling stressed, if you're ever feeling anxious, if you're ever feeling any negative, bad feelings overall, you know, if you can't sleep whatsoever, just put a little bit of ASMR and it's like magical how it just helps something so bad. And then all of a sudden it just like fixes it. And it's just like so wonderful to have that experience with ASMR and to be able to help people. It is one of the most wonderful things ever. And it's something that, like, both of us is why we do ASMR, to help the wonderful community that we both have fostered. And it's something that we cherish so gosh darn much when it comes out to it. And it's something that I'm just so thankful to be able to talk about and to have this experience with Foxy and to talk to you all about it. It's just such a wonderful joy. And my heart is like, my heart is just so full. I can't. But that's what makes ASMR so special. Yeah, thank you so gosh darn much.
Guys, we couldn't do what we did, and you guys really inspire us each time you show up to any of our streams or any time that you give us a chance. So if you're looking for something that gives you that nice personal touch or makes you feel tingly and good, pretty please check us out. But oh yeah, I wanted to add to that.
Yes.
For the community. Oh yes. Okay. So you mentioned that it's not for everyone, and he's not wrong. However, if you it's like anything, right? With practice, if you have enough exposure and experience, most of you guys will, or most of you guys, girls, everyone here, will essentially know that when you first got into VR chat, those pets, those boops that you felt because we are furries, those lovely sensations when you're close to someone, the ability to snuggle someone, that didn't come immediately. You first might have found it a little strange that your avatar might be clipping, but as you came to this experience in VR chat, in this virtual reality that we all share, you were able to Feel those touches. Imagine those sensations, like someone brushing their fingers through your hair, or petting your ears, or scratching your chinny chin chin. So like everything, if you're into this and it even does a little bit for you, give it another chance, because with exposure, with practice, this will become the most amazing thing ever. And it is only because we have this virtual shared experience that we can continue practicing and really experience all the bliss that ASMR, furry ASMR, has to benefit with all of us. Oh,
Which is so gosh darn beautiful. I agree with you so wholeheartedly with that. The art chat is such a beautiful space. That's exactly where we both started. I mean, like, there's times where I don't make a VR chat videos as much as I used to, but there's something so special do VR chat content. There is that connection that you can have with people, whether it's in video format or if it's literally just you are in VR chat, to just be there with someone. Sometimes you don't even know that you're actually doing ASMR, literally just like petting someone. That experience of just like the little phantom of the gosh of the sense, that is what ASMR is. That's that autonomous sensory meridian response that you feel. It's what makes you feel so gosh darn good. It's like what that little thing that gives you the goosebumps. I don't know if anybody has ever had that one ASMR experience. I feel like we should kind of get into that. Wait, what was your like? No, we kind of talked about the first ASMR experience.
We did, but also, has anyone ever felt in chat, because we can hear most people in chat, or we can see, I should say. Have you ever, when you were small, you had like the spiders crawling up the back, one of your kid friends would do that, or maybe someone was combing your hair, or a really good one that I think an experience we all share would be is if you've ever been to the barbers and you feel them comb your hair and you feel the nice sensation of the squirt bottle. Those are ASMR-like experiences. There's even barbershop ASMRs. There are tapping trigger ASMRs, which for some people remind them of rain. I hope I'm not getting too far ahead of myself, but there are many different triggers. Yeah.
There you go. Let me move this slide a little bit.
Thank you. Tingles are they're caused by many different triggers. So if you guys don't find experience, or if you do not enjoy one trigger, like some people don't enjoy mouth sounds, you might enjoy another, like even being called good boy, some sort of praise,
good girl.
some sort of personal, or good girl, some sort of personal experience that makes you feel calm. And everyone needs that sort of restorative, relaxing experience in their life, especially with everything that's going on these days. So please give yourself the chance and the opportunity to search ASMR on YouTube, preferably after this stream or event, but give yourself the experience so that you can find what you like, and don't stop at one, because there will be something that truly means something to you. All right.
Gonna be so special to give a shot, to try something out, because there's so many different genres of ASMR, and I think probably we're ahead of it, but that's fine. Let's just talk about that very briefly, because there, just like Foxy said, there isn't just like mouth sounds, which is kind of like the predominant thing that people think that's ASMR. Sure, yes, that's an aspect of it, but there's so much more to ASMR that makes it as special as it is. There's personal attention. There's that phantom sense experiences that Foxy expertise is on. There is also like, there's the tappings, there is the brushing, there's a variety of ASMRs. There's even like the quiet ASMRs where it's just visual. That's an aspect as well. There's no audio and it's all entirely visual. Somebody can get tingles from that alone. There's so many ways to experience ASMR. So to give yourself a shot to just try ASMR out and try all the different categories. Don't just stop at like one and just like completely quit on it. Give ASMR a shot, because ASMR can be so beneficial. And as you can see here, there's, oh wait, did we change the slide? There we go. As you can see here, there's actually, you did it, let's go. As you can see, there's so many wonderful ways that somebody can benefit from it. And I've definitely benefited myself from ASMR. I'm sure you have benefited from ASMR as well, because it's just so powerful. I've used ASMR to sleep. I've used ASMR to focus. I've used it for like stress reduction because I suffer from anxiety. So having that to help you out genuinely has been like such a wonderful like miracle cure. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it. And what is so cool about it is that there's research to basically say, oh yes, it is true. So there's like studies done at the University of Sheffield who basically says stress reduction is something that happens through ASMR, which is like something we already knew. So it's not like we needed like a study to say, you know, yes, that's true, but it's really interesting. Yeah, it's so cool. And it's just so gosh darn wonderful that, yes, like what we do, there is even like science to basically say, yes, it does exist, even though, hey, we already knew it was a thing and it's a fact. But, it's cool to just have that in the background as well, which is really, really gosh darn really neat. And the other thing that's also very important that I feel like is really, really like it's very important to mention basically is that ASMR is just truly wonderful. It's not just like something that a lot of people think is like creepy or weird. There's so much to it, as we mentioned, that it's very important to just give it a shot. Because again, if you don't know, you'll never know. And another thing, just like we mentioned, ASMR isn't whispering only. That's a misconception. I think the way I do ASMR is predominantly whispering and soft spoken and like doing the little like triggers from time to time. And like your style is much more like different, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Like, how would you describe it? Wait, no. How would you describe like your style?
Very
no, yours is very personal.
Yeah.
And like it's just so beautiful. No, sorry.
We're just so happy to be here. You guys know this, though. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, genuinely.
But yeah, mine is very personal, and I kind of hacked the system when I was starting this out because I, again, remember how I said I had created all of my own assets prior to going live, and I had used that as my procrastination method essentially to stop myself from starting. But in doing such, I realized I was very good at world creation and props and assets, and utilizing that for my ASMR, things that I would not normally have been able to afford at that time, like a beautiful coaster that looks like a beautiful sakura petal and is ceramic. That's a plate in my house. That's it. I got a plate. And I was doing that with tapping triggers, but because it was so beautiful, it was so well put together, the prop and asset took you to another place where you have this beautiful kitsune who is tapping on this very decorative plate. Meanwhile, it's just me, chilling, doing the best I can, making my audio quality amazing, and tapping on a plate in my house. So yeah, those virtual visuals truly transcend what we are able to do for you guys. That's why I believe that VR chat or any kind of virtual, especially furry ASMR, where we are all so accustomed to boops and pets and personal attention, is more special than your regular types of ASMR. But as you were saying, don't let one thing that might not work for you stop you. Try all types. Like I like to always say, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else, you should always try everything once. Otherwise, you're depriving yourself and you only live once, right?
Exactly. There's so much literally waiting. Like the amount of videos that exist in ASMR literally is so gosh darn out the wacky. It's kind of like food. There's so many types of varieties of food. Why are you depriving yourself from just gosh darn one thing, In Italy, where I used to live before I moved up the gosh darn of the way, we used to have all kinds of pastas. There isn't just the gosh darn, the spaghetti and the macaroni. There's so much more to pastas. You have your farfalle, which is like the little butterfly ones. You have your macaroni. There's like all kinds, and the same thing kind of can apply, even though I don't know if that analogy works, but the same thing can be applied to ASMR. So you got to at least try at least once and just give yourself a shot. I know some people, again, might not enjoy it, but truly give it a shot because, again, like Foxy just said, if you don't know, you might be depriving yourself from something that you truly, truly gosh darn to enjoy. This is so important to just give ASMR a shot, specifically, not to like pull our tails, but, furry ASMR. That is, I think, truly something so special compared, like regular ASMR is great. Listen, because that's how I started to watch ASMR content was regular ASMR. But there's something so special in furry ASMR content that you can only get there. The VR chat experience, it's that personal attention. Again, the phantom touch, the beautiful sensation that you can get from there. It's truly so gosh darn wonderful. And it's so revolutionary how something so simple can have such a huge impact in your life. And it sure has had a big impact in my life. And it's just such a beautiful experience that I really hope that everybody else gives it a shot because truly, maybe you're having a hard time when it comes down to sleeping, and something simple as ASMR, a simple video, a little audio, just something simple as that can literally put you to sleep with so much ease. That's something that you wouldn't be able to get elsewhere. Maybe you're struggling with like attention and maybe you want to have a little bit of ASMR in the background. That helps out also with focus. Maybe you are feeling a little bit stressed, a little bit anxious because life is so wacky. There's so much that happens in someone's life. And something literally as simple and wonderful as ASMR has an impact on fully reducing the stress that you feel. And it's just so magical, the experience of having that there available for you as a resource, as a little tool, and the little back gosh darn out the pocket to have there and actually try out. And it's so gosh darn amazing to just have that available, which is so nice to have ASMR there. And it's just so wonderful that finally we're starting to see more furry ASMR jumping aboard, more creators jumping on board. And it's just so wonderful to see because there's so much wonderfulness awaiting there. And I still cannot wait to see all the wonderfulness of creation still waiting to happen. So I'm so excited about that. And I'm so excited to continue doing ASMR. I'm sure you're also so excited to do it as well. Like, it's just so amazing. It's just truly such an amazing experience that I really hope that everybody at least tries once. You know, there's so much available out there. So gosh darn much, you know, ASMR isn't creepy. It isn't weird. There's so much to it. There isn't just whispering. There's just so many wonderful things just awaiting for you. So I really hope everyone gives it a shot at least once. You know, I don't know. I don't know about you, but maybe this could be very wonderful for your life. And I think, who knows?
I'm sure you guys are going to give it a lovely try for us, right?
I hope so. I hope so. I really hope. Pretty please. Oh, points fingers.
Oh, may I?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we got tools for ASMR too. Oh my gosh, what is your what would you say your most favorite trigger is?
Oh my gosh. There's so many. I love so many kinds of ASMRs. And there, again, like kind of like we mentioned earlier, I just one. Oh boy. Okay. One, this is going to be so hard, Foxy. I don't know if I can do it, but listen, if we had to pick one, I feel like personal attention is something that is so beautiful that, like, imagine yourself, you're just sitting there listening to a video and you have a nice little role play of somebody brushing your hair. Just something simple as that. And they're talking to you and just like talking about their day. How's your day going? Everything is going to be okay. Like that comfort personal attention with brushing. Oh, so good. I love it so much. It's like one of the best things ever. What is your favorite trigger?
I also have to say role plays, personal attention, and I gotta say the barbershop RPs are one of my favorite. Yeah,
They're
but
gold.
there's so
They're
many different
gold.
kinds.
There's so many different
bowls,
kinds.
they have-
Absolutely.
Yeah, I call them vibe sticks, but they're those tuning forks. They have things that will just kind of blow your mind. Some people even consider things like lo-fi to de-stress a type of ASMR because it allows them to zone out and go into a trance. There are literally, I wouldn't say thousands. There are thousands of different triggers. Anything can be considered one. It's really whatever you like. And there's so many different tools for it too. Like I personally have a 3DO and a pair of Sennheisers to allow binaural sound from one ear to the other ear. Do you have a personal favorite microphone that you use?
Oh gosh darn many. I think on it, the Yeti is a classic. In fact, for anybody that wants to get into ASMR, that's the go-to microphone. But the Yeti is just so simple, but just so magical when it comes to sounds because like such a simple, wonderful microphone as a blue gosh darn Yeti can make so many sounds that you would have never thought are possible. Putting like plastic wrap and just like gently tapping on it. Oh,
So
it's
good.
so wonderful.
Yeah.
Like putting like slime makes a nice sound, like the little foam and just brushing. There's like those like foam pads that you put on top of the microphone. You can make some nice scratches. There's
Oh
so
my
many
goodness.
ways that you can do ASMR on a Blue Yeti. But my personal gosh darn of the favorite, honestly, I think I have to say this is an underrated one, but it's an SR3D. I love that microphone so much because it's a microphone that is designed to be similar to a 3DO, but it's made by ASMR artists, by ASMR artists for ASMR artists. That is one of those beautiful, this is like the way the microphone kind of looks like, which is such a beautiful micro. It has like two little ears on each side, and it basically replicates how we sound, not looks like, sounds like, yeah, sounds like. Which is like so nice. So imagine you could put like a little bit of lotion and then you like rub the little ears. Oh, peak. There is nothing else like it. I think it's just truly gosh darn the special when it comes. I'm truly up to that. What is like your besides like, you know, like the microphone that you mentioned, is there any other microphone that you perhaps like enjoy using?
Oh,
I know you have a lot of microphones.
Yeah, I have so many microphones, it's ridiculous. But really, you can start on anything as long as it feels like it is good to you. Like if you like binaural sounds, that might be different. Binaural means in each ear. So the ASMR artist can go from one ear to the other ear as if someone is personally whispering or soft speaking to you. They also have regular microphones where you will hear it like a surround sound as long as you have headphones in. One thing for sure, though, you should always have headphones when listening to ASMR because you will always get the best audio experience that way. And most of the ASMRs that we do and that other people's do are specifically designed to make you feel comfortable using audio. They do have virtual visuals to enhance them, but audio is the primary tool that we use for ASMR. We change the
Which is very true, and I love that. Honestly, I've listened to ASMR sometimes without the headphones, and it kind of does the tingly sensation too. But
Really?
definitely is preferred. Yeah, it's so interesting because like I like to have my phone out when I'm sleepy and just like listen to the ASMR right next to me as the phone plays
that's
it
so lovely.
without the earbuds, and I just still get the tingles. But the second I put the earbuds on, I literally start melting. I turn into a nice little like slime little puddle. I just like disappear. And it's just like that experience is very different than just putting it on stereo. It really is so beautiful. And there, of course, there's binaural, there's mono. There's so many ways one can go about ASMR. Honestly, binaural is the best way, in my opinion, because there's something so like it's just so whimsical. Like it just sounds literally as if like the sounds are happening right there in person, which I am pretty gosh darn certain that's what makes the experience of tingles a lot more powerful. But again,
Or more
you can get
personal,
like
yeah.
tingles in any kind of way, honestly. So, which is really wonderful. This is where like you're very of the expertise of the very of the
Oh,
on,
yeah.
the phantom of the sense.
Phantom sense, most of us are familiar with it. It's also called ghost sense in some ways. But it's when the easiest way to explain this, and it's mostly known amongst us furries, is when you are close to another fur, when you are gently stroking their fluff, when you're petting their ears and tickle your belly, you know, all that lovely stuff, you can feel it, or you feel happy in their embrace and their touch, because it's a very personal community that we have. Furries are a very personal type of, I would say, player in VR chat, because we get so close. We are very happy to be in these close-knit communities where we can boop and pet and snuggle and cuddle, and so that same wonderful sensation that we get from being in each other's closeness is what we produce when we do ASMR. It's that same wonderful closeness that allows us to be calm and cool and collected, or zone out and go into a trance, or perhaps even get that restorative, restful sleep. Imagine, if you will, you're sitting, or you're laying down, I should say, on your bed, and you've got your headphones in and you're listening to ASMR, and it's just a nice, relaxing, soft-spoken voice, or maybe even a whisper, and they're just relaxing, and they're telling you about how much that you mean to them, or they're telling you how lovely your hair is, and you can hear the soft stroking of the brush on hair follicles. That wonderful experience is what we can share through furry ASMR, and it's that much more powerful for all of us because we are able to truly feel that phantom sense for being furries and our experiences. Yeah.
Which I love so much. I don't know if anybody here has ever had phantom sense before. Now, I don't know if you're in chat. Raise your hands if you ever experience your phantom of the sense, or if you're in any other instance. Raise your beautiful gosh darn the paws if you have experienced a wonderful sensation of phantom sense, because truly that is such a wonderful experience. Just as Foxy mentioned, it is such an amazing experience to feel, and it takes a while to develop, but when you develop it, it's so crazy how tingly that feeling is. If you've experienced, which I see a lot of people have experienced it, oh my goodness, that's amazing. That actually is ASMR in a nutshell. That's exactly title of the presentation.
Roll credits.
That's exactly, or roll credits or not. But that's exactly what ASMR is. If you've experienced that, That is ASMR. That literally is the wonderful nature of that calmness that you feel with ASMR. And you can get that by listening something, but you don't have to. You can literally experience it just that in VR chat. And that's so beautiful to feel. It's just so majestic and so whimsical and so powerful and so beautiful. There's like a beautiful, like it's like a beautiful song that you're listening to that is just so cozy. That's exactly how it be like. And I love that so much that all of you experience it to some form of degree that is so beautiful. And for anyone that doesn't experience it, genuinely
Go
just
try our
build that
stuff.
up. It takes time. It takes time to build that, you know? It's like an experience that like takes a little bit of
We're
time.
lucky
But it
though.
took me
We've
a
got all
while.
these lovely beings who have mostly experienced a lot of this, so it's an easy transition. But truly, give yourself
Absolutely.
the added benefit of going and checking out these channels because sometimes you don't want to put on the VR headset. Sometimes you don't want the light box in your face. So if you check out my or his content, basically you can experience that amazing feeling that it is to just relax to something that is so nice in sound and visuals.
It's
Okay,
just
now I'm
so
getting all
it's just so nice.
tingly.
I'm like I'm kind of feeling that right now. I'm kind of like, oh, I kind of want to listen to ASMR now. I don't know if anybody here now is on the mood for ASMR. I'm like, I kind of want to put on a little bit of like personal attention, a little bit of brushing. Ooh. And listen, maybe next time, maybe next Ferality, it would be so nice to actually perform a little bit of ASMR so you get to experience it. One day, that'd be absolutely wonderful. Who knows? Maybe. We'll see. But that's what Phantom Sense is. That's how wonderful it is. And I really hope for anyone that hasn't experienced it, genuinely, like, give yourself time to like build that up because it takes time. It took me to experience that alone in the wonderfulness that VR is. It took me about a few gosh darn few months, I would say. But after that, I always experience it. It's just like, oh, it's just so wonderful. It's just so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I got
my
lucky
goodness.
then. I got it right off the bat.
Did? Oh my
I was so
goodness.
used
No
to being in
way.
furry like events where we were all dancing and stuff in VR, and like
Yeah.
I was just so used to that petting sensation. So as soon as I heard someone do it and describe the nice sensation of hair follicles getting like brushed back, I was like, I'm in heaven. This is what I need in my life.
I am so jealous of that because it took me so long to get to there.
Really?
But
But you
once
can
I
work
worked
up
towards
to
it,
it.
you can work up to it, which it took time. But listen, for anybody that's like curious about Phantom Sense, literally just give yourself a shot, give yourself some time. And honestly, it's possible. It just takes, I mean, for me, it took time. Or you're lucky and you're like Foxy, you're going to experience it right away, which in that case, I'm so jealous. But that's what's so beautiful about Phantom Sense. And I really hope you give it a shot because again, all in VR chat, which again makes ASMR so perfect. And that experience of Phantom Sense is basically ASMR. But again, in a nutshell, I would say VR chat is the perfect spot to experience ASMR. And I think you're like much more expert in the VR chat
Yeah.
sense, right?
Well, yeah, again, because you can use all these things. Like, in reality, you have to deface your work. You have to face the people you might not like. There might even be family members that you aren't accustomed to, having decide whatever your fate is. But in VR chat, it's a new experience. You can be who you want to be. This is, for me, a lot like a second life where I can have an amazing social experience with all of my wonderful community members. And I do events often. I believe you do as well. But basically, in VR chat, why ASMR is so good is because you can transcend everything with extreme virtual visuals. Look at the place we're in. This beautiful, amazing world was literally built in a program like Blender, which is a 3D program. They unwrap the textures, all the UV mapping and things that come together, and we are in this magical setting, sharing this experience together. ASMR through these sorts of facets is essentially like that. You can take basic everyday items, enhance the way they look, and with the sound being the most high quality and the most beautiful virtual visuals, you can take someone to an entirely different space. You could do ASMR in the clouds. You could do it in someone's bedroom. You can match your visuals to your beautiful audio, and you can make it like a dream. It's such an amazing experience. It's mind-blowing. This transcends everything we know, and it's so much more powerful than, I mean, don't get me wrong, you could absolutely be a regular ASMR artist. You could pick up a beautiful tapping trigger, you could tap on it, you could show and engage with your chat, but for being able to do this in VR chat, You can pick up a cloud and snuggle it. When can you do that in reality? And those types of things are the types of content you and I make, truly using the best of our virtual realities to benefit everyone who watches us, our viewers, you wonderful people. So thank you for giving us this opportunity, especially in VR chat, because this is such an amazing experience, not only for us, but we know we can share it with you. And I don't think there would ever be another way where we can take something like this and bring it to reality if we did not have the tools that we currently do using VR chat and all these virtual visuals. And I'm just so happy to be able to share it. Thank you, guys.
There's that gratitude, that like feeling of thankfulness that we get from just the content that we make, especially in VR chat, that connection that we're able to get from VR chat, making the content that we do in VR. It's just honestly just crazy. And I am so thankful that VR chat gives us the opportunity to make this content, because otherwise there really wouldn't be another way of gosh darn doing that. Because again, nothing on a regular ASMR. A regular ASMR is great, but a VR chat elevates the ASMR experience to a whole gosh darn new level, and it's just so gosh darn beautiful. So if anyone is ever interested in ASMR, I think there is like a little tips that one can give. There is, programs that one can get. There is tools that one can get. But the ASMR experience, you don't need the perfect microphone. That's kind of like a little bit of I'll lie. You could literally just sit there and use your iPhone. You could use your little Android, a little gosh darn microwave if you really wanted to. Maybe you want to be the microwave. I don't know. You could be anything you want to be. Barbie girl, as the Furby once said. But there's many ways that you could do ASMR. I've seen a lot of people do lo-fi ASMR using the little AirPods with the little wire and just speaking right next to it. I've seen people use their iPhones just straight up recording the like actual visuals. You could use a Blue Yeti. You could use a little headset that you could use in an office space. There is many ways to do it. There is like, of course, the popular ASMR microphones, such as the blue of the gosh darn of the Yeti. There is the wonderful 3DO, which is a beautiful microphone, which is so nice for binaural audio. There is the Rode NTs. If you get like 2 of them, you could even just have one. There is the SR3D, which is a wonderful microphone if you want to have a cheaper microphone when it comes out to it. It is such a nice microphone for ASMR content creation. There's a variety of microphones, but again, at the end of the day, when it comes into the wonderfulness of microphones, there is no right way of going about it. There is only the right way of how you feel about it. That is the most important. So if you want to use a microphone that is completely different from the microphones that most people use, that is completely okay, because that is what makes it special. If you feel that a specific microphone makes better sounds for you and for the wonderful community that you're fostering, that's the most important way to go about it. But when you record it, there's also, of course, the programs that you need. So Audacity is a big, nice program to use when it comes into the content creation side of it. It's a lifesaver, especially if you have very loud background noise. It is kind of like the best ASMR program out there. I love that program so much. It saved my gosh darn the booty of the goddamn of the cheeks. It's one of the best programs out there. I mean, there's probably other programs. I don't know. Is there any? I'm not really sure. I think Audacity is the
Photoshop
right?
Edition, I believe, or I'm sorry, I keep saying it, Adobe Edition. Just anything that basically allows you to take your ASMR and make it crisper for people to listen to, because it really is about the visuals and the experience. And just being a furry, I think we get so much more into that because we have this preconceived notion of what phantom sense is as well.
Right.
It all kind of ties in. Oh, sorry.
Absolutely. No, you're fine. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Like the audio, the experience that you have in VR chat, no matter how you go about it, as long as you give it a shot, if you're interested in ASMR content creation, just go about it. Just start somewhere, because if you don't start, just as we said very early on at the presentation, if you don't start, you'll never know. So find yourself a little microphone that you want to use. Find yourself a little computer. You could even record it on your phone if you really wanted to, if you're trying to do like regular ASMR. But specifically for VR chat ASMR, you probably need like OBS or Streamlabs. You need like something that records your screen. That is very gosh darn the important. You have like your Audacity running in the background that records the audio. Technically, you could use the OBS or the Streamlabs to record both. But if you record it in Audacity and on a beautiful little software that does the live streaming and recording, you're able to kind of like perfectionize the wonderfulness that the audio is. So depends on how you go about it. It's a learning experience. I go about it by recording it on Audacity. I use OBS and I record my screen. And then I just sit there and I do my little motions and my little beautiful little pettings. I do all of that in the wonderfulness that OBS is. So I recommend that. When it comes down to VR chat world, there's so many out there. You could be literally, as Foxy mentioned earlier, you could be on a cloud, hugging a little cloud, petting your wonderful little viewers with a nice little cloud, make little brushing sounds with it. You could be a rain world. You could be literally anywhere that you would want to. Their creativity is boundless when it comes down to VR chat content. And that's what's so also very beautiful, because you can customize your VR chat avatar. There's assets that you can add, and there's so many you can find on Gumroad. There's so many ASMR
Most are
props
free
that you
these
can
days,
find,
too, yeah.
right? And they're so wonderful to just like be able to like drag and drop into Unity, and you have them on with you. Kind of like Foxy, you just showed us earlier, the little like 3D. You can just like pop it and it's just right there. And as you're recording, you have that with you, but you don't need props. You could just like literally sit there with your beautiful paws and just like give some nice personal phantom attention, right? Which is so wonderful to be able to do that. And like, you just boot up the little camera and boom, you're ready to go with ASMR. You then just upload and you're good to go. And that is kind of like the little bit of the tips of the tricks. For a long time, I've used voice mod to basically kind of, I used to script my video, record my audio, and then I would get in VR chat and I would rehearse the whole thing again. So instead of like a very quick thing, it's kind of long, but the thing is like so worth it. The videos that I definitely feel it also applies to you, but like it's so worth it to be able to put out content out there, to be able to touch so many people in so many different ways. The aspect of helping another wonderful person out there, something that makes the content creation aspect of ASMR so gosh darn surreal. To be able to sit there and feel as if like you've touched another soul. There's something so beautiful about that. And some things that I'm so thankful for, to be able to make that content, to be able to help people out there, which is something that ASMR does. And I am so appreciative of that. And for anyone that's interested, you don't understand the power that ASMR has, whether you're live streaming it or whether you're recording it as a video format. That is what is most important.
So nice.
It's so gosh, they're wonderful. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Wait, are we running out of time?
Almost.
Wait, we need to. We need to speed run.
Where do I go? Thank you guys. Also, I see all the beans in chat. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're all having a gosh darn wonderful Furrally. I hope everybody has enjoying themselves. This Furrally has been so gosh darn wonderful, which is so crazy that it's themed after dreams. And our panel is literally like in the best possible theme, right? It's so good. Oh my goodness. So I hope everybody's enjoying themselves, and I hope everybody's having a gosh darn wonderful of the time. But I don't know how you go about, how do you make ASMR, right? Like I kind of spoke a little bit about how I do it.
Oh no.
Yeah, how do you do it?
Oh my god, yeah, you got many of the main points, but yeah, I for me, mostly, I like to get inspiration, much like we have been telling you lovely cuties to go out there and search Furry ASMR and check us all out, because for me, it's something that I see and I know I can make better. Or perhaps my chat asks for on Twitch and I know that I can do it better. I also have something crazy called Chaos ASMR, which is when I do ASMR using a haptic suit on my chest, and they tickle me essentially. I try not to scream. But that's a whole other different type of ASMR. There are many different types of ASMR, but they are all geared at making you feel nice, calm, collected, welcome, like someone really wants to lend a hand. Because as much as I do ASMR, as much as I am able to extend my voice and extend my heart to let you know that I care, and I'm so grateful that you are all here and that you would be even having a wonderful panel with me and you. Thank you so much. You guys are giving us back that tenfold by giving us the opportunity, by looking for something that could help you de-stress, that could help you relax, that could help you have a restorative, restful night of the sweetest dreams you've ever had. And you guys are taking that opportunity onto yourself in order to make it so. And that is powerful. That is beautiful. It's heartwarming. It allows us to truly reach you guys. And like no other stream. And Furry ASMR, because we are all so close, because we are all so caring, because we are all so fluffy. It allows us
You
to
truly are.
yeah, get that phantom sense, get that wonderful deep relaxation, and that just means so much to me. So please always give yourselves the opportunity to try new things like this. Always give yourselves the opportunity to search things that you might enjoy, that you might love, and that allows the people who create it to love you too through our content and through you watching. So yeah, basically, this is how we make ASMR in VR chat. We really just get the inspiration from you, lovely beings, and we're very grateful for it. Do you have any more
Thank you
that you'd like to
so
add to
much.
that?
I was just gonna say ASMR is just so wonderful, and I'm just so grateful to have been able to make the content that I do and to be here with all of you today. And again, it's truly an honor, and to be here with the one and only, the Foxy for gosh darn for sure. It is one of the most wonderful honors of all time, and to be here at Furality Somna, one of the most wonderful conventions of all time, really is such a wonderful honor. And I'm so thankful for everybody at Furality for letting us have this wonderful panel. But most thank you so
Follow
gosh
this
darn
sweet
much
bean.
for follow this sweet bean
No,
right
yes,
here
yes,
with the yummies. Follow this sweet bean right here.
Thank you for having me here. I appreciate that. You're so freaking
Thank you so
kind.
much. I love you so much, Bean. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, genuinely. It's such an honor. I appreciate y'all so much. I think I missed only one thing. Something about ASMR, a little fun, wacky fact, which I feel like is very important. So the way Furry ASMR started, the first creators in this space about ASMR, especially when it comes to furry content, I feel like a lot of people, there's a misconception that I was the first one because my name is Furry ASMR. That's further from the truth. The trailblazers of the furry content, it's Dog ASMR and Pocket Fox, which we love so gosh darn much.
so
But when it
God,
comes
yeah.
to the VR chat content, this is where this wonderful bean right here and myself have
you.
no you which is so wonderful to be able to say that, because it's so beautiful to be able to inspire others, to help others, to be there for a wonderful community that both we have fostered. It's so wonderful and heartwarming, and I'm so gosh darn thankful. Thank you all so much for being here, and I hope that everybody here enjoys their virality. And thank you again so much. I love you all, beans. Ah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Just a little bit of Furry ASMR in a nutshell.
There you go. We do have time for Q&A, so we have a time for a couple questions if you would like.
Absolutely. Yes, let's go for it.
You know, of course. So, first question we have is from Red Raynar. He wanted to know about what the general budget is, elaborating on a budget for like these types of setups, because there's a lot of mention of like microphone setups and audio setups. They wanted to see if there might be something more information regarding that.
So
I can do it
budget
for free.
wise,
Do you wanna? Yeah, go ahead.
for free. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, you're so cute. Listen, when it comes to budget, no. Listen, go for it.
When it comes to budget, you really shouldn't, in any type of content, you should not invest if you are not already making. Do your best. People like to see the journey. So if you have a microphone or you can borrow one for someone, I remember watching ASMR artists who I very much enjoyed, who were doing it through like an iPhone thing with a little mic. And basically they have, yeah, you can do it with anything. It's just that you are putting yourself out there. You are making the best quality that you have at the time. And as you grow, people will support you. You just have to start. How about you?
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say, I think, like, if we're actually thinking about like budget wise, again, start from anywhere, because ASMR can be made in so many different ways. We all, for the most part, have a phone, of course. That could be a big start from it. And if you have a headset, you could literally just open the VR chat tool menu and there's a little camera. You click on the stream camera button, have a little program like OBS or Streamlabs, regardless if it's laggy or not, it doesn't matter, because if you start just by doing content bit by bit, you improve from it. That's kind of how I started. My videos were a little bit scuffed, and through time, I learned ways to improve on. And that is the journey with any single talent, any single way of going about it. You know, you could apply this to singing. Most people think that you have to be born to be able to sing as well as most singers out there, but that's further from the truth. You can actually learn to sing if you practice. The same thing can be applied with any kind of hobby of yours or any kind of skill out there. If you practice enough, you get better at it and you will master it. You just got to take some time for yourself. But if we're talking about like proper like tools, if you want the best, I would say probably like about like maybe 2,000 to 3,000. That's maybe a reach. But
Remember,
if you want like the
free-to-play
headset,
game.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Absolutely. But if you want like a headset, like I think that like the Quest 3, I think it's around like 500 and like maybe like
Yeah.
you know what? Let's say like 700, 800 maybe budget wise. That's a guess.
You
I'm
wanna
not
go
sure.
all
I
in,
can't math. What's
No
the
worries.
next question?
I think we have time for one more quick question. This is from
absolutely.
White Wolf. No worries. This is for White Wolf, our backend developer. Have you ever heard of cases of ASMR happening while listening to or visualizing uplifting music?
Oh yeah, like with lo-fi. Yeah, absolutely. Because
Yes.
it allows you to chill and calm and reduces your anxiety because it's a distraction that puts you in a trance. Absolutely, lo-fi can definitely be counted as a certain type of ASMR. Anything that's very nice or just audio appealing. Yeah, how about you?
Can be ASMR. Well, there's literally any kind of way to go about ASMR. And when it comes to like music, yes, depending on even the frequency. Like sometimes there's like there's very specific music. I don't know if you know like frequency beats.
The
What are
hertz, yeah.
delta beats? The hertz.
Yeah,
Just like having
exactly.
like that little beats, like it sounds very. I don't know how to replicate that, but I was gonna start beatboxing, but I can't really do that. But
It's a certain
it sounds very
frequency
nice.
that allows you to
Like-
zone out. Most meditation videos on YouTube will show you if you search hertz and
Yes.
frequencies, yeah, you'll allow your mind to kind of just flow. They're two different types of frequencies that are played in your ear and they mix in your brain, and that allows you to just enter a nice trance and kind of just zone. So yeah, audio
Absolutely, yeah,
always
so it's
in
very
all shapes and
possible.
forms. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Awesome.
Anyway, even just like a visual of like no audio whatsoever, that could be an ASMR. Gosh, out the experience. So anything at all, literally.
Awesome.
Which is
Thank you
so-
both
so wonderful.
much. Yeah,
Thank you
of
so
course.
much for having
Thank
us.
you so
and
much.
Thank you guys for being here.
Of course.
Thank you.
It's time for us to wrap it up. Where can we find both of you before we end it?
Absolutely.
FoxyFurSure on all platforms. Foxy Fur is in Furry and Sure, and for you, my darling.
The wonderful little furry ASMR on the land of the YouTubes, but you can find me as the wonderful little manster everywhere else. That's MANSTERZS. Yep, that's me. Anywhere
Woo!
else you can find me, I am there. So, Foxy for sure. Thank you so much. It's been an honor to be here with you. I love you so much, Pete. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you
goodness.
guys
Thank
so
you all.
much.
Oh, bye, everybody. Bye, 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 bye. I hope you all enjoy your feralities. Bye, bye, bye,
Have a great Ferrari.
bye. We did it. Oh my goodness.